Instead of doing an adult pattern like we did on the CDC tape, what I'll do is a little bit different variation, and this will be called the egg-laying caddis. As you can tell, it's on the curved hook, and that's to represent the caddis dipping its butt into the water and to deposit the eggs. And the wings are standing out, fluttering around, trying to support the fly. Now, since we're going to want the butt to sink down into the film, we're going to tie this on a 2487 hook. And our little egg sac is going to be chartreuse CDC. The body is a turkey biot. Our wings are medallion sheeting. The legs or hackle is CDC. The head is superfine dubbing. And then our antennas are Betts' tailing fibers. So let's tie one up. To start off with, we're going to put our hook in the vise. And we'll kind of angle the eye down just a little bit for right now. And we're going to attach our thread. And we'll just wrap back a little bit down onto the bend. Now we're at a point where we can tie in our CDC. So we'll take one of these feathers out of the bag here. Don't need a real good CDC feather. You just want to be able to grab some and rip it off the stem. Then you just even up the butt section and we'll tie it in. The reason I like to use the CDC for the egg sac is when you tie it in, it just compresses so well. You don't have that bump when you wrap something over it. Now we're ready for our tailing or body material. For that, we're going to be using the turkey. We'll grab one of these turkey biots. Again, pull one off. Then we'll hold it up, and since we're going to want that fuzzy rib on here, we want the more translucent or transparent side to be to our right. We'll tie it in tip first. Just bring our thread forward. And you can see how all that CDC just compressed right there, so I have a nice smooth underbody. Now I'm ready to attach my hackle pliers. And we'll just wrap that forward, making sure we have nice, even segmentations. And we'll wrap up to the thorax area, just like so. Tie it off. Now we can snip off our excess. Then we'll make a few more wraps here, make sure it's in there real good. Then we'll come back and trim up our egg sac a little bit. Just give it a blunt cut right there. Now, so we don't have an artificial egg sac here with just a straight cut, I like to come in and kind of round it off a little bit. This makes it look a little more natural. Just like so. Now that our body's done, we can stand the fly up a little bit. And now we'll add a little bit of a thread base. And then we're going to select some CDC. Since this is a fairly large one, we'll probably take about 3 feathers. And what we're going to do here is kind of match up and even up the tips. Like so. Grab by the tips and Then we're just going to stroke all this towards the tip. Then we're going to measure it for length. The length is going to be from the back of the hook up to the eye. So about right there. Then we come up into the middle of our thorax area and just tie it down. Take several turns of thread and make sure it's tied in there nice and good, and trim off our excess. Now we'll just kind of fluff it up a little bit. And we're going to separate it into two equal groups here. And we're going to figure 8 through it. Do that a couple times. And then what we're going to do is just wrap around the base of each feather just to gather up all the loose little fibers. Just like so. Now we're ready to tie in some wings. For the wings, since this is a tan one, I'll take some tan medallion sheeting. And we'll just cut a strip of it here. Want to use a fairly long strip because we're going to actually have 4 wings on here. So we take that strip, fold it in half. Then we're going to set it right on top of the CDC. We're going to do another figure 8 through the CDC and the medallion sheeting, just like so. That way the medallion sheeting's on top and the CDC's on the bottom. And we'll just do it a couple more times to make sure it's in there nice and good. Then we're going to stand it up, kind of pinch it at the base. Then we kind of lay it back at an angle. And we're going to come in here and trim it. Then we'll come in and kind of knock off those little tips, make it look more like a caddis wing. Then we'll bring our thread to the eye of the hook and grab our Betts' tailing fibers. We'll select 2 of those. Now this time, we're going to turn it around so the tips are going to be out the back of the fly, just like that. Then we're going to tie it down. Then we snip off our excess. Now we're going to add some dubbing. Get some dubbing on here. And here again, if you want it to get your dubbing a lot tighter, all you got to do is put a little dubbing wax from Loon on your fingers. Tighten it up a little bit. Just like so. And we just wrap back behind the wing. Then pull everything towards the back. And start wrapping in front of it. Now we're going to pull one antenna forward, tie it down, pull the other one forward, and tie it down. Then we can lift them out of the way and just finish wrapping right in front of them. Now we can finish it off. And we'll take and cut off our thread, and there you have it. An egg-laying caddis.